Well, welcome you guys to Money Making Monday. For those who I'm just getting the opportunity to meet, my name is Sean T. Hill. Blessed to be Executive District Director with this amazing company, MWR. How's everybody doing?
Awesome.
Amazing.
All
Great.
right.
Awesome, guys. Well,
Fantastic.
it's great to see your faces in the place. We've had an amazing month of August. No, we just started August. July was so insane that I didn't even know what month we were in. I mean, we had so many different promotions. So many people are having success like never before. And here's the thing that I got most excited about. The company did something that I thought was amazing. They actually tricked everybody into believing that $99 was a deal. I was blown away. I knew that I started in a company that was only $228.97. Somebody repeat after me. It's only $228.
It's
It's
only
only
228.
Only 228.
But see, the nature of people is we get so comfortable and then we go right back into complaint mode that they have to trick us into saying it's only 129 for us to really go to work. Y'all, everybody understands that 228 and 129 is really the same thing if you're talking about business?
Yes.
They both doggone near free. Especially think about it. We got people that got $600 raises, $700 raises, $200 raises, $300 raises. Not to mention seeing their bills go down $200 and $300 and $400. Some of us. Is $200 really a lot to invest to get that type of result?
No.
Nope.
There's people on this line right now making $150 extra a month, $600 a month, $900 a month, $1,500 a month, $2,500 a month, $2,750 a month. That's pretty specific, right? But here's the thing. It wasn't because of the discount, it was because of the excitement. So the first thing I want you guys to do is master your energy because energy is real. You're either going to be an energy feeder or you're going to be an energy sucker. People either feed you energy or they drain your energy. So ask yourself right now with your body language, with your attention on other things, with you not giving me your undivided, are you a vampire or are you giving me life right now?
I gotta give
Life.
you life, King.
Because here's the thing, we practice how we play. See, people know fake energy when they see it. Somebody told me you set yourself on fire, people will come to watch you burn. And so what I want to do right now is I want to teach you guys the $1 million 5-hour work week. Now, before I do this though, I need you guys to be in position. Let me see what you're writing with. Because we need to go old school. Enough of waiting for the recording that we never watch again. Enough of thinking that we got it and then asking the same questions right after it's over. I really want you guys to get this. I also want you guys to get really swift with your screenshots. Now, here's the thing. I want you to take screenshots and take notes. Screenshots are what I'm giving you. Your notes is what you got from it. Is this making sense?
Yep.
So I want you guys to start taking functional notes. When you look back at them, there should be action items in this. I need to do this. I just did that. If I say to do something and it sparks something, you need to go with that right now. I don't want you guys to exist anymore. It is time to thrive. Is this making sense?
Yes.
If this is your first time doing anything like this, I need you at the best attention you can give because this is the most critical portion of your business. This is the make or break section. Guys, I'm gonna tell y'all up front. My mentor said there's only 9 or 10 really negative people in the entire world, but they get around a lot. And they can't wait for you to get off this Zoom so they can tell you every reason why this is not gonna work for you.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing you can do for your business is plug in right now, focus, lock in, and get equipped so that when they come, you know the strategy to defeat them. Is this making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Excellent. So if you guys are ready, say I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Awesome. We're going to talk about what it takes to do $1 million 5-hour work week. See,
It
here's
take
the
a photo
reality
shoot,
of
boy,
this
be kill him,
business.
baby.
Boy, you
Killing
crazy.
him.
Woo. Okay. I'm sorry, Sean.
I don't need y'all to focus. But here's the thing, good people. This business only really takes 5 hours. I want y'all to hold me to that. Some of us are doing too much, but most of us are doing too little. When I get through these 5 hours, some of us are going to understand I could have been doing more, and that's why I might be getting paid less.
Yeah.
The other key to the 5-hour work week is it has to be a 5-hour work week, meaning this is expected of you every week, but only the weeks you want to get paid on. How about that? Because how many of you guys have the option of going to work at your job?
Nope.
No, everybody does. You do. They just have the option on whether or not they're going to pay you and the option on whether or not they're going to pay you. They're not holding a gun to your head. They're just letting you know if we don't see you enough, we might have to find somebody we going to see. Is this making sense?
Yep.
Yes.
See, this business, nobody can fire you because we didn't hire you. However, this business will not pay you. You treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you hobby money.
Mm-hmm.
Is this making sense?
Yep.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, this is that business where if you start making great money and then you treat it like a hobby too soon, it'll go right back to hobby money.
Mm-hmm.
Is this making sense?
Yep.
Yes.
So this business is a lot like life. It responds to your action. You don't get in life what you want. We get in life what we are. And some of us are awesome, but at the same time, we're inconsistent. Some of us are powerful, but sometimes we all have self-talk that might not be our best friend. And so what we want to do is we want to lock in on the work week. So now here's the thing. First thing you got to do is commit to your business schedule. Now, see, here's the thing about commitment. Commitment is doing that thing that you said you was going to do long after that feeling you had when you said it has left you.
Mm-hmm.
You are not always going to be this excited about your business. Your true character will show up when it's time to do those things that you didn't want to do anymore. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Anybody ever tell somebody you were going to pick them up from the airport and then it started raining before you were supposed to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody offer to babysit somebody and then you realize you really didn't like kids, but you already said you'd do it? Now, you like kids in general. You just weren't liking kids on that day that you were supposed to do it. How many of you guys stay committed to your commitment? That's what this business requires of us. And so there's 5 hours. The first one, you're already doing. The training hour. Everybody give yourselves a round of applause. You actually already doing your first hour. You got 20 minutes. You got 17 minutes out your first hour knocked out already. This is the training hour. Guys, motivation is like bathing. You need it daily. Inspiration burns forever. We are not looking to motivate you. Stop looking for outside things. The training is meant to light what you already had lit. So although this is our one training hour out of the week, how many of you guys would agree we need some personal growth as well?
Absolutely.
See, the reason why I don't recommend books to people is because personal growth is personal. You know what's wrong with you. Fix it. Go get some help. I mean, here's the thing that I'm most excited about. How many of you guys are committed to these 5 hours this week? How many of you guys want to give it a shot? Like,
I
give it
am.
your best go.
I'm gonna try it.
Here's what's gonna happen, family. I'm telling y'all what's gonna happen. You're going to recognize what's wrong with you. Now, I know that's not the most positive way to say it, but guess who's gonna be even worse? You're gonna be even worse to yourself when you realize how challenging this little 5 hours is. Because a lot of times we think we're working. A lot of times, most people, guys, come into this business from a corporate setting, meaning we had a job. Well, the relationship most of us have with our job is we do just enough so that they won't fire us, and they pay us just enough so we won't
We don't
quit.
quit. Exactly.
And that's a take relationship that most people have with their job. Does this make sense?
Yep.
You bring that into this business, and it's going to be frustrating. You have to switch from employee to self-employed mode up front. How many of you guys know people that own their own business and they start at dark 30 in the morning and they go after it until dark 30 at night?
Yes.
I do.
They don't leave until the last thing is done because they own it.
Right.
Now, guys, this business does not require the hours. It requires the commitment. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Meaning, in these hours, you have to give all of yourself in that hour. On the 61st minute, you can go right back to what you were already doing. Does this make sense?
Yep.
That's why on Monday nights at 8 p.m., if you're serious. Now, if you're curious, it's okay. But I have serious business partners that rearrange their schedule so that they don't miss 8 p.m., even though I told them we recorded. Yeah. They said, well, if I can be here live, I would rather be here live. Does this make sense?
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, I also have business partners, and I use the term loosely, who are doing nothing right now, and they still not getting trained.
Mm.
Where do you think I am most likely to invest my time?
Not
The
there.
one-
We're here.
You got to give your time to the people who are, if you see, I'm not going to be off your porch fighting for your family and you sitting back on it looking at me getting beat up.
Mm.
You take one step, we take two. You don't step, we can't step. Like you bring people to Zooms, we'll not only present for you, we'll actually close for you. We'll actually help them get started in the business. You see how you taking that one step allowed us to take even more steps than you took?
Right.
But if you don't take the first step, how can we present to somebody that you never introduced us to? Does this make sense?
Right.
And
100%.
so the purpose of the training hour is to unlock those things that might be keeping us back. Now understand, there's an old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Now guys, that doesn't mean that once you're ready, the teacher will walk up. What it means is the teacher's been speaking. You just hadn't been hearing. We're not coming up and trying to sell you new antiques. There's no such thing as new antiques. The stuff that a lot of y'all know, the stuff I'm saying right now at $4,750 a month was the same thing I was saying at $20 a day, $600 a month. It's the same thing. I'm not changing it for you. Yeah, I don't need anything fancy. Guys, leaders understand we don't need new training. We need to say the same thing to new people. Is this making sense?
Yep.
Yep.
However, even though you might think it's the same, you arrive differently, you get more out of it. Have I given you enough energy when it comes to the training hour?
Yes.
Yeah.
Take your screenshot. Leaders don't miss trainings because they're key. We have Money Making Monday. We're going to be having Success Training Saturday. Chuck's going to tell you, Mr. Hardon, Chuck Hardon is going to tell you about our Success Training Saturday coming up. We have Game Changers that we go to live. The next one's in October. Mr. Hardon's going to tell you all about that as well. But trust and believe, if there's a training, Chuck Hardon's going to be there. And 9 times out of 10, unless somebody beats me to my seat and they bigger than me and I can't get them out of it, I'm sitting right next to him because he's the most successful person I personally know in this business. And I don't want him to get a piece of information that I didn't get to. So just in case it bounced off, I just get caught up in the exhaust of the information he just got. Are you guys understanding the difference in positioning?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I don't even understand when people go to trainings and sit in the back. I'm like, man, I might have missed some information. I don't trust sound like that. I want to get as close to what he's saying as I can. I don't trust these speakers. I know that's the same thing he said up front. That's how serious leaders get about their training. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
And so, guys, don't make the mistake of thinking you know it all, because that's when we lost. If we're training and we don't know it all, how'd you get it all?
Right.
If our mentors don't know it all, how did you mess around and go around our mentors and get it all? How did that happen? What training was that?
Exactly.
And so you want to come to training after training. Now, guys, hours 2, 3, and 4 is a whole other training. I'm not going to go into it too deep, but I do realize a couple of things. You can tell I was working on this thing right before we got started, because this is 20. but guys, the thing I really want you to get is the key to my business is the $1 million power hours. Hours 2, 3, and 4 are what we call $1 million power hours. Everybody say it after me. $1
Million
dollar
dollar
power
power
hours.
hour.
Very good. You guys are the best class I probably ever had ever. Now, here's the thing about $1 million power hour. If you decide not to do some of this, you ain't doing $1 million power hour. You're doing that other one, whatever that is. It might be $100,000 power hour though, so keep doing it. If you try to cut corners and you were in here, you might have $100 power hour, like for the year. But if you mess around and do these simple things I'm about to share, so good things happen, guys. Every time I do a power hour, I get a business partner. As a matter of fact, there's people on this line that know when I decide I don't want to sponsor anybody, I don't do these things. Like I get sometimes I was talking to Mr. Hardon earlier. Sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to bring. No, I was talking to Mr. Turnquist. I was talking to Danny Turnquist. Sometimes I just decide I don't want to bring new people in. And so I have to not do these things that I'm about to share with you. How many of you guys want to know what $1 million power hour looks like?
I do.
By the way, leaders, that's how you promote. Some of y'all just be asking people to come to stuff. Y'all see how I built that thing up that I was going to do that you were already here for anyway? Yeah. I'm just, every now and again, you got to flex a skill for every now and again. So here's the thing. The goal of your $1 million power hour is to get 5 3-way calls and 1 customer minimum. Now, for those of us that are putting people on the Zooms first, that means 5 3-way calls after the Zoom or after they see the information. That's how we normally do it. Some people do them before. We choose not to. We figure everybody should be able to get somebody to be able to click a link on their laptop or a button on their phone, or they just don't need to do this. Guys, trust me. People that are serious about their life can get on a Zoom.
Mhm.
People that are serious about their finances will get on a Zoom. Guys, repeat after me. Some will.
Some
Will.
See, the reason why we get paid so much and paid so well is because we are willing to go through as many people as it takes to get to those who will. Is this making sense?
Mhm.
Yes.
And so the first thing I do, number 1, is I list my top 20. Now, I don't suggest you do much more than 20, but I definitely also don't suggest you do much less. Because here's what some people do. They do too much burnout and then they don't work for the next 3 weeks. 3 power hours of 20 reach outs each is manageable. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, some of y'all don't get it. I can tell in your faces. Here's what I mean. You made 60 calls. You didn't necessarily get in contact with all 60 people, but aren't some of them going to start calling you back or texting you back or inboxing you back?
Yes.
Yep.
And so when you get into the 50s and the 100s, you may overwhelm yourself. So start at 20 and figure out what your tolerance is. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great. And so first thing you do is you make your list. I make my list before my power hour. That's not part of my power hour. That's my preparation. That's my preparation. If there's a 6th hour, it would be planning and preparation. It's like, what time am I going to do this stuff and where are my lists? That would be the mystery 6th hour. Is this making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Is it making sense to everybody?
Yes.
Still not
Yeah.
that. Okay, good. So here's what I do. I text 20 people because I can copy and paste this thing over and over again. Some people you have to call. I have friends that I must call them. If I text them before I call them, we have an issue. Most other people, I text them first because it's efficient. Think about it. I was doing this business while working a job. I didn't have the time in the morning to text 20 people. That makes sense?
Yep.
Mhm.
And then I got off work. I wanted to go to the gym, and then the Zooms were starting at 7. I didn't really have time after work to call 20 people. But if I text 20 people at 10 a.m. on my first break and maintain communication on my next break, which was lunch, and then inbox whoever didn't get in contact with me at lunch to say, I text you, but if you're like most people, best place to connect with you is here, LOL. How quickly can you hit me back? Did y'all catch that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because y'all already see, I took y'all screenshot of what I text, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, happy Monday, Liza. How have you been? Deep, right? That was deep. I know. I didn't say it was going to be deep. I told you it was going to be effective. This is what I do. Happy Monday, Monifa. How have you been? I do that with y'all, and y'all in the business because I can copy and paste that and change your name. Does this making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, this takes all of 5 minutes to text 20 people the same thing and change their name. And that's if you're slow at it. If you're super slow, though, it takes 10 minutes. But now you still have 50 minutes left. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I text them first, and then later on in the day, I inbox them. And then when I get off, I call who's left. And that's how I whittle down those calls. But I say the same thing when I call them. How have you been? How many of you guys would agree this last 12 to 24 months have been amazingly difficult for lots of people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we've never been in a pandemic before. We didn't know how this was going. We're still finding out how this is affecting us, emotionally and spiritually, as well as mentally and physically. And so, guys, find out how people are before you start talking, because people don't care what we know until they know that we care. That
Right.
makes sense?
Right.
Then, once they respond, I want you to form questions and pay very close attention to their responses. See, the difference between the amateur and the professional is amateurs listen for the opportunity to speak, and professionals listen for the opportunity to listen. Professionals understand that whoever asks the most questions and listens the most intently are going to win. Don't have your prepackaged things already ready to say to people. If you listen long enough, they'll tell you what to say. They'll share with you exactly what they're looking for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
For instance, and this is really simple stuff. Doreen, Miss Doreen, where do you currently live?
In Harlem, New York.
Harlem. Now, are you from Harlem?
No,
Where are you originally from?
Boston, Massachusetts.
Awesome. Awesome. You've been in Harlem for a minute, because normally they say Boston. Now, do you get back to Boston a lot?
I used to before this all started.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. And now, what brought you to Harlem?
Music. That was about
Interesting.
30 years ago. I came to start my music career.
Amazing. Amazing. And so, what stopped the music career?
Life, having a baby,
Life.
getting married, and all that kind of stuff, and
Okay.
then getting older.
Everybody grown. You still got the chops. You can still blow.
I can hold my own, I hope.
So what's stopping this new compilation? What's stopping the new project?
Nothing. I'm ready.
Okay. Excellent. You need to take a look at what we're doing with Project 100. See, guys, F Oh, by the way, this is how you make a list. If you need this sheet, we have a link for this sheet. Hopefully it'll show up in the chat. But I don't know. I can copy and paste it in a minute. But this is how you start a conversation. I just asked them basically, see, what family form is family, occupation, recreation, and money. I normally don't ask women, so do you have a family? Because that ain't gonna come out right the way that I thought in my head. And that ain't the answer to the question that I want. I might be, because you want to ask, ladies, you better not ask no man, so do you have a family? Because you want him looking at the opportunity, not looking for an opportunity. You got to keep us focused. And so I usually ask where they're from. What made you come here? Do you get back often? See, had she said no for any other reason besides the pandemic, I would have had an idea. Most people don't get back home because of what?
Money.
Either money or they don't have the time to do it, right? They can't take vacation time. How many guys would agree we have both of those things with what we're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you get your screenshot?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just saying. So the next thing is occupation. So let me ask some questions. Let me see. Javon.
What's going on, bro?
J. Rowe, everything is great in my life, probably. How about you?
I'm great over here as well.
Now, what do you do, bro?
I'm in the medical field, distributing medicine to hospitals.
Nice. So you're a drug dealer for hospitals. That's dope. So now, now you'd have said pharmaceutical distributor. That would have been that would have been my keywords. But now, how long have you been doing that?
2 years.
Is that what you've always wanted to do?
Nah, just something that I stumbled across. Knowing somebody.
What have you, got you. Same here. What have you always wanted to do?
I'm more into like music and stuff like that.
Are you doing any?
Yeah, I'm actually learning how to produce beats at the moment. Got a studio and everything in the garage, so I'm learning how to do that.
So, how many people knew that about Javon?
People that's really close to me know that I love music.
Right, because none of us knew. Everybody's sitting there like, word? God,
Like, bro, we need to get
don't
up.
even network. We don't even network within the network. We just hopping on Zooms. Y'all see how important this stuff is? Javon, let me ask you a question. What made you actually get started in this business?
It made sense to me. It made sense to me
Why?
to get my cash. I always knew I wanted to invest, but I just didn't know how.
Is this making sense?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
do you guys think somewhere in this conversation, me finding out this is from, Javon, do you have the latest beat machine?
Yes, I got a studio that I had purchased and everything. Like I went to the music store.
Do
and
you have the latest machine though?
Oh, I don't
Do you
know.
have
I
the
got a
best
beat
machine?
I got a
there
beat
is?
machine. I got a beat machine.
Is it the top of the line one?
It's working. It's working.
So here's what I would do. Like if Javon was my prospect, I would find out what the best machine was.
Yep.
And I would start sending him text messages of machines that make better beats than what he makes. Until I get to a machine he cannot afford as a pharmaceutical distributor. And then I'm going to say, he need to take a look at what we're doing.
Come on.
So I can get the machine, huh?
But can I do any of this if I don't know where his true passion is?
Nope.
No.
How many of you guys would agree that's a much better prospect than the ones that you guys have been talking to?
100% better.
Like, because folks come to me all the time, son, I can't get nobody to get on the Zoom, man. Yeah, do you know them? What's their last name? What drives them?
Yeah.
Does this make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, this is fun. Monifa, what do you do for fun?
Fun. I dance.
Yeah, what do you do
I
for
go
fun?
dancing. I go dancing.
Do you?
I enjoy dancing. I grew up
Nice.
dancing.
How often do you go?
Dancing? As
Yeah.
an adult, you mean? I don't
hope
get
so.
out much, but yeah, I don't get out much because I work all the time. But if I had the time, I would go often, every weekend, like.
You need to take a look at what we're doing. The brother that introduced me, he and his wife go dancing 2-3 times a week.
Wow, I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Recreation is the R, guys. Find out what people like to do for fun. Find out if they're doing enough of it. Most of the time, if they're not, it's either time, they don't have the time to do it, or the money to do it. Do we have a solution for that?
We sure do.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. We've been trying to give people, tax breaks and and credit scores higher and trying to, God, I've done these same things in every company I've been in. I've sponsored over 1,000 people in the network marketing with this conversation. It doesn't matter what company we're in. People have needs. And the reason why we're in our business is because we have solutions. Is this making sense?
Yep.
Guys, there's people on our business team that are not even here for the money. They really didn't have a huge testimony. They're just hanging out because we're dope. Because that's what they needed. Is this making sense?
Yep.
Yes.
If everybody else around them is negative and we're always smiling, having fun and positive, why would they leave us and go back to them? So let me ask you a question. Let me see. I'm trying somebody. Let me find somebody. Deanna.
Yes.
Southern She Rise. What's up, girl?
Nothing at work.
I got you. So now, outside of this, what do you do for multiple streams of income? Your extra stream.
Work. Nothing.
Wow. What's stopping you from adding streams? Go ahead and say, because I'll be at work.
Great. I'm at work. I'm always at work.
Because that's what I know about myself. That's what I picked her. Deanna, I don't think I've ever seen Deanna not. I think, matter of fact, when she sneaks into Atlanta and I don't get to see her, which is why she's somewhat disowned, that's the only time I see her not working. That's the only time I see her not working. Every Zoom we've ever, just about every Zoom we've been on, she's been at work. Now, if you're Deanna's friend, chances are you should be able to guess she might not have extra streams. How many of you guys understand most people don't have extra streams of income?
Yeah.
And so while we're preaching that, this is hazardous to your wealth and all of that stuff that we say that's catchy on Facebook, do you know most people just don't know that they can have an extra stream of income for $228? That's actually legit with real experts with decades of experience, and they do all the work. They don't even know that they can help their friends have testimonies like you guys' testimony.
Right.
A simple question like, what do you do for extra streams, can give you extra streams. Is that helpful?
Very helpful.
And so, guys, that's how we form. That's how we form. And so once we form, offer them something. I'm not going into this part. Screenshot it, read it to yourself. It's self-explanatory. You just want to offer them something. I give people a 9-minute video. Not because I'm on it, but because a lot of people on our team saw the 9-minute video first and they're on our team. Before we started getting shortened videos, every video was pretty long. So I just made a 9-minute video that actually tells them everything we do, how we get paid on it, how we actually grow money, except for real estate, because I ain't changing it to add real estate. We got a real estate video. We got a specialized video for real estate. Somebody asked the other day, you gonna make a new one with us? No. Why? Because people keep getting started off the old one. I don't want to mess around and messing with a remix. I tell you what, whenever I stop meeting people that saw that 9-minute video first, I'll do another one. They're gonna change the name of the company before I do it. I mean, guys, I do what works consistently. We got other videos in the company. Brian B has a 13 to 18-minute video that's pretty dope that you'll see some people on this Zoom on, as a matter of fact, feature. I mean, it's just, I give them a tool, and that's how I offer it to them. I won't go into that this week. I really wanted you guys forming better, because if we don't form up front and ask better questions and find out the root of what people need up front, these things don't matter. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
That's the text I send them. And then that's the way I actually follow up. Go ahead, get your screenshot. That's how I follow up. Got it? You got it? You got it?
No.
You got it?
No.
You got it?
No.
You got it? You got it? You got it?
No.
All right. And then that's how we set up a 3-way call. That's the stuff that we cover on the next ones. Right now, I need you guys forming. Don't put me on a 3-way with somebody you don't know. I don't even care if they saw the Zoom. Get to know some people. I'm not saying you need to take weeks to get to know somebody. But did y'all see how quickly I was getting the responses to these questions?
Kayla.
Now, some of you
Yes.
might trick yourself into believing, well, Sean, that's not how it happens in real life. Write this down, guys. People's favorite song is their name, and people's favorite subject is themselves. Most people, how many of you guys got stuff that you're going through?
Wow.
If you're not driving, raise your left hand if you're going through some stuff. How many of you guys know a lot of people that never ask you how you're doing? Raise your right hand. And now that we have testified, that's most people. What if you're the unique one that starts asking them about their favorite subject using their favorite song? Is this making sense?
Doctor, can I question it?
Yes.
Favorite song is their name, and favorite second part?
Favorite subject is themselves. And so, guys, I'm not going to go into the $1 Million Cash Flow Hour. Just know that you need to host a private Zoom for these 60 people you just reached out to and formed. You need to be able to invite them to your private Zoom. The success that we had last month was not because of anything other than Chuck Hardon doing consistent public Zooms that were
Yes.
catching the people that we weren't able to get into our private Zooms. Does this make sense?
Yes.
The public Zooms was dope because that showed people on our private Zooms is more than just us. However, the private Zooms are even better. Somebody asked me why.
Why?
Because everybody that gets started after a private Zoom already knows they need to host a private Zoom. They're already planning a private Zoom before you even ask them about a private Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Private Zooms are better. Somebody asked me why.
Why?
Because now your new business partners won't try to hide behind other people's guests. Private Zooms are better. Ask me why.
Why?
Fine.
Because every guest on there knows that you're serious about your business and that you're willing to do it with or without them because they're meeting your other friends and family. Is this all making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
And so, guys, get Zooms for duplication. Duplication is simply getting a small group of people doing a little bit over a long period of time. Guys, people are going to do what we do, not what we say.
Absolutely.
The worst instruction in leadership is you go do it. The best instruction in leadership is let's go do it. And so with that being said, here are some people that have done the do in the month of July. Guys, give it up for our new executive directors, Angela Fraser Robinson, Artie Farrell. Y'all can just start giving it up there. I'm gonna keep saying the names. Linda Powers.
Get it
Cindy
done.
Harper.
I see you,
Demetrius
Linda.
Moore. Carlise Bradford.
Yes. Alona.
Carter, Victor Jones.
Woo, woo.
Lisa James, and new in the month of August, Shaquan Ariel Forte.
Let's go.
Quan.
And guys,
I see you, Linda.
Shaquan was double productive because she also had a baby boy 22 inches tall. He came out dunking.
Congratulations.
If she can birth somebody that can dunk and hit executive director, what can we do? Yes?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put
Exactly.
up again for our executive directors.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But guys, there are levels to this. And so we also had some executive directors that got their own 3 partners within their first 30 days. And so they got the Rising Star Award and the $150 momentum bonus. Guys, give it up for Angela Fraser Robinson, Carlene Bradford, Victor Jones, and Lisa James.
Congratulations. Oh, let's do it. Let's run.
Awesome.
But guys, there are levels to this. Some people don't stop at the quick start, the momentum Rising Star bonus. Some people go ahead and set up that residual because they want to get self-funded. And so let's celebrate our newest self-funded business partners. Angela Fraser Robinson, Monifa Bartley, Carlene Bradford, and Lisa J. We're going to have to get y'all celebration practice soon, but we doing good. We doing all right. Now, we have a brand new senior director, Miss Brandy Rand. Give it up. Brand new senior director, Bruce Lynch. Brand new senior director, Kanisha Gill. And brand new senior director in 18 days, Lisa J.
Congratulations.
But again, there's levels to this. Some people don't just stop and see your director. They make sure they get those residuals up. Brand new to the $20 a day, Mr. Bruce Lynch.
Come on now.
All right, Bruce.
Brand new to $20 a day, Kanisha Gill.
Congratulations.
Brand new $20 a day in 18 days, Lisa J.
Awesome.
Guys, we got a brand new area director. He would be here. Hey, watch this. He would be here right now. Let me check and make sure. But he was actually formally asked today by the president of the company to say a few words on the company Zoom. So you might see him in the participant list, but he's moonlighting over there. He said, don't shut down anything. That thing will be recorded. The reason I can be over there is because we're over here. Give it up real loud for Mr. Michael Rand.
Mike Rand in
But guys, y'all already know what I'm going to say. There's levels to this. Once you get the area director, you unlock the luxury bonus. You got access to the presidential bonus. We have somebody with a new luxury bonus, good people.
Come on,
let's give it up for Mr. Daniel Turnquest.
All right.
Congratulations.
And then, there's still levels to it. Some dude named Sean got a raise too. And so
come on, Sean.
We're gonna do these recognitions every week going forward, because this is how myself, Chuck Hollywood Hardon, and Richard Hardon built a team of 5,000 business partners. Guys, these guys messed around and retired me. It's only about 150 people active. Can you imagine what this looks like when your team has 1,000 people on it?
Mhm.
Let me tell you how we get there. Babies cry for it. Grown people die for it. It's called recognition. See, at work, anybody ever had that job where it seems like no matter what you do, they're always trying to catch you doing something wrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
On our team, what we do with Power Builders, what we do with Project 100, what we do in the Extra Digit movement is we look for people doing something right so that we can recognize it and celebrate it. And so, guys, when people get started, don't only focus on getting them money. Don't only focus on helping them upload their stuff. Focus on the testimony. Most people have not been celebrated since high school graduation. We celebrate every week going forward. Who's gonna have somebody celebrated if it's not you? Unless it's you, it's gonna be somebody on your team celebrated next week. Who's there?
Me.
Oh,
Yes, me.
Excellent. And so here's the thing, guys. I was gonna ask Mr. Hardon to say a few words, and I was gonna go talk to the Money Club, but you guys got to give us permission because this is a 1-hour training. It is 5 minutes to 9. Do we have permission to get an extra 15 to 30 minutes of your time? But because I have some things that I must share. By the way, if you're in the $5, $20, or $30 or higher club, I need you to use the raise hand feature in the chat. We're gonna go to a breakout room because I want to put you guys in a position. And Kanisha, if you can do me a favor, and I'm gonna make you a host. If you can move everybody, that would be excellent because you know this stuff better than me. Guys, we're gonna have an amazing conversation, but I wanted Mr. Hardon to help you guys unlock so that the next time we do this next week, a lot earlier than this, all of us are going over to that room. Because we're not just a team that's excited because people get started. We want to make sure people are paying their bills, being able to budget their accounts based on what it is that we're generating as a team. Does that make sense?
yes.
And so, I've spoken about him all evening, but guys, I love doing it because he loves helping so many people do things that they've never done before. Not only in business, but in life. He's trained us in ways that have unlocked life things for us. So guys, help me bring to the line Mr. Executive District Director, Mr. Chuck Hollywood Hardon.
Hollywood.
Let's go. Awesome. And before you get away, guys, give it back up for Shanti Hill. That 5-hour work week, you got to have a plan in place, right? You got to have a plan on how to work the system. And anyone can do 5 hours. You just got to work the plan. So thank you so much, Mr. Hill, for what you do. We're going to run through this real quick so we can give everybody their evening so they can apply what we teach.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Awesome. You guys, I'm going to take 30 seconds. I got to go run and get my charger because my computer about to die. Be right back.
Go, Chuck, go.
John, I have a question.
Sean went to the other room.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
All right,
Is there anybody else in the Money Club that I may have missed?
I'm in the Money Club.
I put you there. You got to accept.
Okay.
You see it? You see it?
No.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we're going over to the Money Club room. You guys, we're going to have a conversation on how we can get over there. The whole objective of this conversation right here is to give you a systematic way of how to get over there. So if you guys can still hear me, give me the thumbs up. Let me see. All right, okay. Felicia, you're supposed to be in the Money Club. You're in the money room over there.
I know, but I don't see it.
Felicia, you got to put your hand up. They don't know. If you don't put your hand up, they don't know.
I put my hand up, Chuck.
I'm talking to Felicia, Anthony. I'm talking to Felicia. Anthony, you got to see the button. because I see your hand is up. You got to see the button so they can shift you over there. I don't know how to assign people to the money club. Hold on, let me see if I can do it real quick. Not put in waiting room, little hand mute. I think the host would have to do that. It's a little, if you look at the bottom of the screen where it says breakout rooms, click right. You see that at the bottom of the screen? Say breakout rooms.
Okay.
If you're in the money club, that's where you're supposed to be.
I got
Click
it.
that. And see if it take you to the, there you go. See, there you go. All right, so look, you guys, let's jump right into this because most of you guys are brand spanking new, right? Want to say congratulations, welcome to the family, welcome to the team. Looking forward to your success, looking forward to all the success you're gonna have, and looking forward to enrolling you into a process because I need y'all to repeat after me. This is not hard, it's just new. Y'all repeat that for me, say, this is not hard.
It's not hard.
It's just new.
This is not hard, this is just new.
It's just new, right? And because it's new, it's going to be some change, right? But as we go through this, breaking it down in a way that anybody can do. Anybody can follow this particular program. So you should have gotten, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. You should have received a text message with, where'd I put that? Hold on. Okay, can you guys see my screen? That's not the right screen, hold on. That's not the right place I want to go. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Where'd I put that screen? There it is, right there. Bam. Okay, roadmap. So you guys should have received the roadmap. And this roadmap is specifically designed to track your progress in the business. Anything that you want to improve, you must track. If you want to lose weight, you got to have a place where you start and a place where you track to know if you're on scale or off scale, right? The exact same thing with our business. So you should have received this particular roadmap in a text message from somebody, one of your upper leadership. And if you did not, let me put it in the chat for you. Let me do that since I got this here. Bam, print this out. I'm gonna put it in the chat so you have a copy of it. And you want to keep this link because you also want to be able to give this to your business partners as they get started. So you want to keep the link. Bam, did it show up? There we go. Okay. So really quickly, I'm going to run through what we're going to accomplish. Now, this document is designed for a 10 to 15 day time frame. So in 10 to 15 days, you're going to have to do a few things in your business. One, this is going to help you create your success story. Two, this is going to help create your testimony. Three, this is going to get you profitable in your business. And four, this is going to have your business self-funded. So 4 great things come out of this one document, all right? And we're going to share the screen again as we go through. So the first thing you have to realize, you guys, is you have to know your website. I know it's funny that we have to actually put this on the document, but you have to write down your website. It's amazing how many times I'm helping someone get their business partners and I say, what's your site? Because I'm normally a do it right now person. When a person says yes, I say, great. Are you in front of your computer? If they say no, I say, great, I'm in front of mine. What is your website? So I pull up the partner's website. So the first part of the page, just write your website and your password. This is your document for your tracking. So be comfortable with putting the information on it. All right. Then you have to understand our formula for creating success. What we do as a brand new partner is you expose people to the business. Note I said expose, not explain. You simply want to expose people to the information.
I don't know about you, but some of these messages still ponder you.
And the great part about exposing is that you don't have to be the one, you're not the one giving the information. Even in my position right now, I still expose people to the information. I can definitely explain this business from beginning to end. When I'm talking to an individual, I never do. I say, you're gonna have to get on the Zoom. And I do that because I'm showing them the system as I'm enrolling them into the business, right? So we expose first. And this, I'm gonna give you the whole formula so you understand why it breaks this way. Exposure plus education plus execution minus explanation minus emotions equal enrollment. I know it sounds really simple, but you'll be amazed how emotionally people can get attached to what we do because you're so excited about it. Understand, people have to be in the right mindset in order to join anything. So all we do is show it to them and we let God sort them out, okay? Now, as you also go through this document, you have to answer 2 questions for us. One is the first question on here. To make my business worthwhile, I'm willing to work to build it to how much per month? Now, because in this business, we are goal oriented. We don't want to set the goal for you. We want you to definitely be able to set your own goals. That way you're excited about it and you're not overwhelmed by it. If your goal is $1,000 a month to get your business for your business to be worthwhile, that's a great goal. If it's $10,000 a month, that's a great goal. If it's $30,000 a month, that's a great goal. But make your goal important to you, right? Then that second question, I'm building my business because, and I'm gonna look at you guys real quick for this. You have to have a why on why you're doing this business. And a why, and I'm saying a why is your WHY. It's an acronym for what has you, or what hurts you, or what haunts you. What's that thing that's going to keep you motivated and keep you moving? Let me help you identify. There are 3 components to your why. Number 1, it must be emotional. Your why must be emotional. Number 2, it must be bigger than you. Can't just be about you. And number 3, it must be written down. Now, it has to be emotional because we do this business alongside everything else we do in life. And who can agree that right now you already feel like you are busy? If you feel like you're busy, give me the thumbs up. Let me see. We already feel like we're busy. So we have to have a reason to get up off the couch. We have to have a reason to pick up the phone. We have to have a reason to step outside of our comfort zone. So it has to be emotional. Number 2, it has to be bigger than you. Because let's all be transparent. I'm sure all of us on the line have set some goals and we have fallen short of those goals several times. If we can be transparent, whoever set a New Year's resolution, right? Most people, New Year's resolution is they're gonna lose weight and they're gonna get out of debt. Something like that, or make more money, right? They say that January 1st. That's what they say January. They done hired a gym, they got a gym membership, they got a trainer, they done took all the junk food out the house, they done hid their credit cards from themselves. But by January 17th, they find themselves at Chick-fil-A drive-thru ordering French fries and ice cream with their credit card. Yep. Oh, so I'm the only one to eat French fries with the ice cream?
No, sir. No, sir. That's busting.
Milkshake, Chuck, milkshake.
Let me tell you, let me bless your life. I'm telling you, if you take the French fry, I'm just gonna tell you this now. Take the French fry with the ice cream, dip the fry in the ice cream.
Oh no.
Dip the fry, don't knock it if you ain't tried it yet. Look at, I'm a big dude. You don't get this big by not knowing how to enjoy some food, right? Dip the fry in the ice cream and eat it together. If you do it one time, I promise it'll change your life.
It has to be hot and crispy and for it to taste right.
Change your life.
I'm telling you, because it's the waffle fry. I don't know why it's that waffle fry, but you dip that. Oh, that's so good. Okay, back to training. Right? So again, we've all set goals and let ourselves down. But don't you agree that you will fight harder for someone else? Like you fight harder for your kids. If you got kids online, you run through a brick wall for your kids, yes or yes. Right? If you have a loved one that you're fighting for. So if your why is, I want to be out of debt, might not be strong enough. If your why is, I want to buy a house, might not be strong enough. So we got to identify that why, because that's going to keep you moving as you go through this process, okay? So let's talk about the nuts and bolts of this page right here. Now, everything is strategically set up, right? The short-term goal is really simple. We want to help you identify your 5 QFDs. That's what this page is designed for. Just to help you identify 5 QFDs, that stands for Qualified Field Directors. Those are business partners. Those are people just like us. We all started as Qualified Field Directors, okay? We want to do 5. Now, as you got started in the business, you got several emails the day you got started. One of them was to order your MWR pay card. And I don't have my wallet on. Your MWR pay card. It was an email. All you have to do is click the button. You have to register. They have to see your driver's license to know it's really you. But they'll send you an MWR pay card. This is part of your marketing, even if you never load money onto it, because your e-wallet will allow you to put money on the card, or you can send money directly to your checking account. But that is part of your marketing. You want to have your e-card. You also want to schedule 2 private Zooms. It says 1 on the page. You want to make sure we get two in that week, right? So schedule 1 immediately. And a private Zoom is really simple. It doesn't have to be all robust. You need about 7 or 8 people on the Zoom just to hear what we're saying. 7 or 8 people to see why you are excited. And we got some documents going to help you identify who those people are and how to invite them out. So as you go through setting these things up, it didn't say have your grand opening, it said schedule, right? So you just schedule it, bam. You do your tax reduction, your instant pay raise. We want to be sure that you're a product of the product. So any part of the product that you can use, you want to take advantage of. Because when they get on the Zoom, who can agree that anytime you've been on the Zoom, you heard some great testimonies. People tell what the business done for them. And it's great, right? I can tell somebody my credit score increased, 30 points, 300, whatever it is. But eventually your friend will probably come to you and say, so what's it done for you? Eventually that's going to happen. And we want you to have an honest testimony of what it's been able to do for you, because that builds your belief system that the program works, all right? So as you go through this process, you just want to start checking the boxes. Now notice everything on these check boxes are things that you can do within the first day, things you can do within the first week. It's no rejection in doing any of these things on the checklist. It's just to get you set up for business. It's to get those things out of the way, because those are things that you have to do. The company cannot adjust your W-4 if you don't give them the information. They cannot start working on your credit if you don't give them the information. They can't come up with the debt elimination if you don't give them the information. Those are things that we cannot do for you. When it comes to building the business, we can help you with that. So like Mr. Hill said earlier on, you take a step, we take a step, okay? So you want to be sure that you have those things already in place. Back to the form quick. Okay, now, again, we want to help you identify 5 business partners. Now, to get your first promotion, you just need 3. But we never make the minimum the maximum. And there's a very strategic reason why we say 5, because our comp plan starts to open up after you get your first 3. And we want you to feel that income as it comes in, right? So as we go through documents like this, as you go through a lot of the trainings you'll see, not only tonight, but even on Saturday, what we're trying to do is help you become a professional as quickly as possible. So it's almost like, who on this line has ever watched Karate Kid? Y'all remember the first Karate Kid with Daniel-san and Mr. Miyagi, right? Mr. Miyagi made Daniel-san a black belt in like 3 months, or it might have been 3 weeks. I can't remember. It was a very short time frame. That's a skill that takes years to accomplish, but he did it in 3 months. And the only way he could do it was by not answering questions. Daniel-san, do this, sand the floor. Well, I can do it better, like, sand the floor. Wash the car, right? Paint the fence. He did all those things a very specific way. So a lot of times you might have your mentors or your business partners or your senior leaders ask you to do something. I promise you, once you move up in the ranks, you can look back and see why it was done that way. But right now, we want to move at a pace because we want you to get your momentum bonus. Just do it. I promise you it'll work out. So we're going to help you get your 5 business partners. And everything on this document, 5 business partners and at least 3 customers. Why do we go with 3 customers? 1 customer activates your daily guarantee. 3 customers reduces your monthly payment for your membership. So once you have 3 personal customers, instead of paying $119 a month, you only pay $40 a month. Again, more cash flow back to you. If your business is $119, that's great to run a business. But wouldn't it be better to just be paying $40? And because some people do not want to be business partners, they're going to want to be customers. That's a great thing. That's not a bad thing. We like customers. Customers help your residual continue to go. Okay. So this document is just to identify. Once we help identify your partners, you pop them in the box. You're going to get $50 every time you personally enroll somebody to the business. Minimum. The minimum you'll get is $50 per person. If you're doing this in your first 30 days, you're going to get an additional $150 for doing it in 30 days. So that's really $300 to sponsor 3 people. Okay. And how do we track all this? How do we make all of this work? Is this document right here, which is part of the same thing. All right. The 50-15-5. This is all about exposures. Our whole business is about exposing people to the business. And the 50-15-5 will help you identify your partners. As a matter of fact, I like to show people, I don't just talk about it, this is what I do. I do the same thing, right? This is my new 50-15-5. I just exposed these people right here have committed to getting on a webinar. All right, so I'm starting me a whole new 50-15-5 sheet. And this is how the numbers are going to work. This is why we do it this way. If you have 50 people on your list, we don't expect you to call all 50 in one day. You spread that out. If you call 10 people a day, that's after 5 days, that's 50 people. As you go through the numbers, about 50% of those individuals, you're going to get voicemails. That's all you're going to get is a voicemail. And this is what I leave on the voicemail. Hey, this Chuck, give me a call back as soon as you check this. 404-403-0279. Holla at your boy. Peace. That's all I say. Hey, this Chuck, give me a call back as soon as you check this. 404-403-0279. Holla at your boy. Peace. I don't leave any, hey, I got something I want to talk to you about. Hey, have you ever heard of income shifting? Have you heard of MWR? None of that. Name, number, call me back. Because you cannot peek a voicemail. All right. So out of those 50 people, 25 of them are going to be voicemails. If you use the system that we're going to teach you on how to introduce the business, out of 25 people you talk to, you'll probably get about 20 to 22 that will commit to getting some piece of information. They'll commit to getting something, right? Getting on the Zoom or something. Out of those 22 people that will commit, probably about 15 of them will actually do it. They'll actually get on the Zoom. Because who's invited someone to a Zoom before and they did not show up? I say me. I had 3 people today, one of them showed up. That's how numbers work, right? But out of those 15 people that get on, you're going to have about 8 to 10 that genuinely love what we do. I mean, they're going to be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. You are such a blessing. I was praying the other day and then you called and I knew it was a sign from God. And now this is amazing and I just can't wait to be a part of your team. You're going to have about 8 to 10 people to tell you that. But you're only going to have about 4 or 5 of them that will financially commit. And that's okay, because those are the 4 or 5 we're looking for. We're not looking for everybody. We're looking for people that want to do something different in their life to get a different financial change. So we're just looking for those 4 or 5 individuals. But the thing you have to remember is you're going to have to make the 50 calls anyway. Some people do it in a week. Some people do it in a month. Some people do it in 3 months. But if they look back, they still got to make the 50 calls. What we want to encourage you to do is just get it knocked out up front. Success loves speed. So now that you had a document, now that you know where it is, if you haven't, it's in the comments, right? Go ahead and print the document out, right? Make it real to you, because after you go through the document, the next thing you want to do for those 5 individuals that got started with you, you want to show them yours. That's how it duplicates. Because your friends are going to ask you, now, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to get started? Well, this is what I did. and you want to pull out your sheet. That way, when they talk to myself, when they talk to any of the leaders, Mr. Hill, Mike, Liza, anytime they talk, we're gonna all say the same thing. Do you have your sheet? We got to work off the sheet. You can't work if you don't have your sheet. That way they know we have a duplicating system. Okay. So again, let's duplicate what works. Okay. Now, I was going quick, but I was still 20 minutes. My goodness. Do you have any questions on what we just discussed? Anything at all? Now we can't have questions. It's fine. I promise you, your question is the same question somebody else thinking they just scared to ask. So you go ahead. So we can go ahead and ask the question, because this is where we hammer it out. You know, this is where we kind of get it knocked out. But again, go ahead. Hey, Ms. Powers, how are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
You did what? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes. What'd you say?
I said, I'm fabulous. How are you?
Oh, every day and everywhere I get better and better.
Well, I understand that completely. I'm supposed to be in the other room, but I am totally enjoying your training.
Oh, well, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. You are in the Money Club now. Congratulations. Also,
thank you.
Super proud of you.
Thank you.
So
but I do have a question. Huh?
Okay.
I do have a question. I have like totally annihilated my warm market. What are some of the good ways or to hit your cold market?
Well, it's several ways you can do that. Again, you turn your cold market into warm. You just we don't cold call, we don't do those things. It's just not effective. But what we do is educate a lot. So, and before I get to that, you never really annihilate your warm market. Okay. You never really annihilate your warm market. You got to understand that people make changes when it's important to them. And every 3 to 6 months, everyone goes through a life change. Every 3 to 6 months. So if we were to say, I'll give you a prime example. If we were to say, well, we talked to everybody we know, my brother called Sean Hill 3 days after we got started. And Sean did not get started. So he will probably go on your list as being not interested. Right. But we called him back 8 months later, and guess what? He got started. You follow me?
I do.
Okay. I'll give you another example. I called Khalees Bradford probably about 10 months ago, maybe, when she was on my list. She did not get started. She said, Chuck, really not for me, not a good time, just, I don't really see it. I say, Khalees, look, I'm excited that you got on and just watched it. I appreciate that. Talk to you later. I didn't follow back up with her for a while, but guess what? Lisa James called her last month and she got started with Lisa James. Now she's the executive director in the company.
Right.
So we can say, I've exhausted my warm market. No, we just didn't catch them at the right time. So don't ever feel like it's all the way exhausted. That's why my list, because I just showed you my new list. Let me show you all of my old list. 1, fully page. 2, full page. 3, full page. Where the rest of them at? Oh, here go a big stack right here. 4. Oh, let me open these up for you. This is the one here. 5, 6, right? I never get rid of my list. They never go off your list. They just get pushed down your list. I'm gonna call you. I leave your voicemail. I leave your message. I'll give you a call. Then you go to the bottom of the list. I'm not gonna call you back until I go through the rest of my list. But you never go off the list. And this is what I told somebody too when they asked, like, Columbo was on the Zoom, and she was like, Chuck, I'm so sorry about that. I said, that's not a problem, right? It's not a problem. I said, what you got to do is you keep building your business big enough that whenever they do get started, they're coming in your team somewhere. Right?
Very good.
So you just keep building. But when it comes to the cold market, we use the memes that we put on Facebook because it kind of attracts people to you. But understand, once you go to cold market, you have to be strong enough to handle cold market. Because you cannot three-way cold market. The only way the three-way conversation works that we teach a lot is the fact that because you and that person have a relationship, there is trust. You edify someone else, what makes them respect us. If they don't know you or trust you, you have to be able to walk them through the deal yourself. So that means you have to be able to at least get them onto the Zoom. Right. That has to come with your posture, and you have it because you've heard the information enough times. You've seen it enough times. But when I ask somebody gonna get on the three-way, they're like, well, I just met them on Facebook. I'm like, what am I supposed to say to them? Because they don't know you, they don't know me. And you can tell based on their tone when we get on the phone. Right? So you can go to our howtoshiftyourincome.com and click on the social media tab, and you'll see the memes that you can put up on Facebook. Well, matter of fact, you can just go to Sean Hill's page and copy some of his. I use all his stuff. Right? Just take one of his pictures, just push
cut his little name off.
Right, just take his website off, same picture. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Let me use that. You can use that. But again, you have to be able to move them through the process. But I don't want you to think just because they say no now means they're not ready. That just means they're not ready now. Right. Okay, so you never exhaust your warm market. You just want to expand it. And you should always expand. We should always be meeting people using form, where you're from, occupation, recreation, and money, which Sean just went through, in order to build rapport and a relationship. No one wants to feel like they're being sold.
Right.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you.
Any other questions? Any other questions? No other questions?
Chuck, I have to say you're my favorite trainer of Richard's younger brothers. You're my favorite.
Me too.
Okay.
Don't tell him I said that.
Don't tell him I said that. You know?
Out of all Rick's younger brothers, I'm the favorite. But
you are my absolute.
I received that. I'm gonna take that. You know?
Yeah, you're my favorite trainer. So there you go.
Awesome. Okay, so if we don't have any questions at all, this is a good time to ask. We here. Anything else? So now what we have to do is just commit, because right now I'm sure some of you guys may be one person away from being in the other room. You might be two people away from being in the other room. The Money Club is where you want to be, because that means your business is at a minimum self-funded, and probably more than that. $5 a day is great. It's $150 a month. But if you also have 3 customers, you're only paying out $40 a month. So you're profitable, right? And then as it goes and grows, it continues to build, right? So I give y'all a little vision real quick, just so y'all on here, and and I like y'all. Give y'all a little vision, y'all, right? So let's see here. This is, bam, the back office. Let's go to the dashboard, right? So right now we're continuing to grow, continuing to move. Right, we got 376 on the team right now. Not bad, but we've grown the team up to 2,500, so we got ways to go. The $100 daily guarantee, we got the luxury car bonus and the presidential bonus, $500 a month. We are 97% to getting that done all the way to the 1,000. Yes, we're going to push through and make that happen, and we're going to make it happen by helping other people get to $5 a day, helping other people get to $20 a day. So I just identify people on the team. I'm like, okay, how many you need? 6. We're gonna help you get 6 this week. I'm gonna help you get 4 this week, and I'm gonna help you get 6 this week. That's gonna be, yep, that's just what I need to get over to the next point. So I'm helping other people get to that point. So let's set some goals, let's make it happen. But the goal is we want to get all our new partners on this call next week. So next week, you want to have at least 2 new partners on the call learning this, while you over in the other club learning how to continue to build the residual income. Is that fair? Y'all ready for that?
Yes.
Want to get it done?
Better try.
So know your number. It's either 3, 2, or 1. That's what it's either 3 people, 2 people, or 1 person. Get you over to the other club. Let's make that happen. I'll be excited about seeing y'all over there. All right?
All right.
Right.
No other questions.
Well, there's a question in the chat.
Say it again.
There's a question in the chat.
Oh, okay, good. There you go. There you go. Thank you very much.
Sure.
How do I get the confidence to peak people, even with you? How do I get the confidence with peaking people? Confidence is a skill. It really is, because it can be developed. One of the ways to get the confidence, if you notice on the form, let me pull it back up real quick. The first part of the form was actually using the product. Let me tell you why this is so important. This helps build your confidence, right? Especially when it says debt elimination, where you get a debt-free date, because where they come up with that number is from where you are right now. So when I got started in the business, I had a debt-free date. It was just 8 years away with what I was doing right now, not with anything I added from the business. So when I'm talking to someone, whether they say yes or whether they say no, I'm still going to be debt-free 8 years from now. So it don't really matter. Whether they say yes or whether they say no, my credit still went up in the first 2 months, like 40 points. So it doesn't matter what you say. I'm not here to recruit you. I'm here to help you. My posture is very different because I know I'm helping them. So one of the great ways to build your posture or your confidence is to use the product that you know how it works. If you get an extra $100, $80, $200 on your paycheck, it doesn't matter what they say. They still losing money. So by using the product, you have your debt-free date, you know you have experts working on your credit, and you done got your instant pay raise. That should give you posture, just the knowing that I know I can help. Whether you want to receive my help or not, that's on you. But I know I can help. So use the product will help build your confidence. The second thing to build your confidence is to just do it, right? It's never going to be perfect. You're never going to say everything right. You're never going to have that, and this is what you have to learn. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. And you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. If they're not ready, they're not ready. It don't matter if I talk to them, if you talk to them, I talk to them. If Jesus Christ talked to them, they ain't ready. And they're not going to be ready. That has nothing to do with you at all. But the more you say it, the more it works. The more you say it, the more it starts to flow, just like your last name, right? Or even at the job that you work at right now. The day you started your job, you didn't walk in confident, knowing that, saying, I know what I'm going to do. You had to be trained, you had to be taught. But in that environment, it's a must environment. So if you don't do it, you get fired. In this environment, it's voluntary. You have to push yourself out of the comfort zone. So just continue to have a conversation, right? It's a text message. A lot of times, send a text. Hey, how you doing? That's easy, right? So use the services. Go ahead and do it anyway. Do it scared. Do it scared, because courage builds confidence. And you don't have to be courageous all the time. You just need about 20 seconds of courage can give you a lifetime of confidence. 20 seconds just stepping out and doing it. Because you're only going to be nervous, but right before you do it. Once you do it, you're not nervous no more. I don't care what it is, right? I want to jump out of a plane. I was nervous walking up to the edge, but once we was out, I wasn't nervous no more because we out here now. Let's go. Woo! We out here now. Let's enjoy the ride. So that's a great question. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully you can implement some of that. Rihanna, Miss Hines, let's go with that. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? No?
No.
We good?
You did
Yes,
such a fabulous training. Nobody has any questions. You're so good at what you do. Thank
That's what
you.
they're making me feel like. They're making me feel like I'm good. I don't want to get the big head because your nose is already kind of,
Well, yeah, it is, but that's okay.
I don't need to get the big head. Monique, did you have a question?
And the level of your importance
Yes.
is defined by when they leave you with the new people.
That's a level of trust.
Yeah.
They trust that we're gonna do get the right thing out. What's up, Monique? What question you got for?
After you fill out the top all the way down till you get to the people that you put, the 50 people you put, what do you do with the top sheet?
The top sheet. Let's pull it back up.
You want to go to the employer? Or am I on the wrong?
So you're saying after you fill out this part, right here down to this area, I guess, where these people here, these are the people that actually enroll in the business.
Right.
So every time you get a new partner, you enroll them, you put them here just so you have an outline of where they at. So when you're talking to one of the leaders, they say, how many names you got on your sheet? I got 3, I got 5, I got 2, I got 1. We have an idea of what we're working with. Okay.
Okay.
So this is really just to track what we do from here.
Okay.
So 50 names up here, the 15 people that actually looked at it, the 5 people that got started. These 5 people are the same 5 people that go up here.
People that's up, exactly.
Yes.
Okay, then I print that sheet off and fill it out.
Yes, we print it out and fill it out. You want to be able to pull this out your journal or your calendar or wherever you are. It's a working document. So you actually want to print it out.
Which sheet do after we put the check stubs and everything in, do I supposed to take one to my employer?
Yeah, okay, so after you do the tax reduction, you upload that information into your back office. They're going to send you back a W-4 that you do take to your employer.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Some employers you actually send in the form. Some employers actually have it online now, where you can just make the adjustments online.
Oh, okay. Because I was having problems also with my my travel thing. I keep trying to put it in, but it won't accept it, and I do a lot of driving.
Okay, with the tax bot. Okay.
Yeah, tax bot.
Okay. So did you first? Because first you have to create the account through your back office. That's what you do first.
I did, and it took me over there, and it changed from tax bot to
Hurdle.
The Hurdle. Yeah.
The Hurdle. Right.
Yes.
Then you download it to your app. Have you downloaded the app to your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then you sign in with the same sign in that you created online.
Right.
Okay. So which part is it not doing?
When I push the orange arrow to take me over there to push begin my travel, it says Bluetooth and compare, right?
It doesn't necessarily need a Bluetooth, no.
It still won't kick in for me either way. So I just put it down and say, forget it. I've been trying for a week.
For a week now. How about that? There is a customer service number on the website.
I have been chatting back and forth with them, and they told me that I better take advantage of the free 5 days. That's over with.
Oh no, it's not free 5 days. No,
that
comes with our membership.
Oh, okay. And then they said after them, then I go into the promotional. Right.
Okay. Let's be sure we're looking at the right thing. Right. So when you let's be sure we're looking at the right part of the
okay, wait. I'm on my tablet. Okay, I'm gonna get my phone and I'm gonna pull it in right quick. And exactly, I'm gonna turn it around and show you what it says.
Okay. Do that. Anybody else got any questions on the sheet for the quick start or anything else? No other questions?
Because I will not be working so much, I kind of missed out, so I'm trying to pick it up. Richard, I'm trying to help me. Let me see. Where's the hurdle?
All right. So if you guys don't have any other questions, you don't have to stay on for the direct conference. I'm gonna see if I can help, because y'all know me. I'm not very technical. I'm what you call low tech, high check. So I like making money. I'm not very good at this technology stuff. So hopefully it's something simple, because it sounds like it is. We'll see.
Right. Where did it go?
Well, thank you, Mr. Hardon. Thank you for the fabulous training.
Thank you. I'm
Pat.
working on it.
See you the next
Congratulations,
time.
Ms. Powers. Super
Thank
proud of you.
Sir, I am
Excited.
so, well, if it wasn't for Mr. Rand, I wouldn't be there. So thanks to him, thanks to him, I'm moving up.
We're moving up. We're a team. We're a family. Let's keep on going.
That's right, all of us. We're all going to join hands and rise to the top, okay?
There we go. There we go. All right. Well, you have a great.
Love you. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't know what happened. It must have opted out. I'm gonna have to go back through. I've been trying and trying. I didn't take it out, but I don't see it on my front screen. I downloaded it in through my my back office.
Okay.
It used to be sitting right there. I wonder what happened. Let your grandbabies get on the phone. It's probably
That's what you don't do. Don't nobody touch my phone. This is daddy's money maker. Don't nobody touch my phone.
Okay. Okay, so rather than that, then should I just go in and try it again?
Yeah, I tried again. It seemed like it's something simple because one thing you do have to have on is your location on your phone.
Exactly, I do.
You do? Okay, so you have a location on.